Hello there, and welcome to Season 4 of Super Prose Bros. I'm Player 1 Ike, and with me, as always, is...
Player 2, Eli. And Brochacho, did you know this podcast is on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify?
Why, no I didn't, Brocahontas. Are those the same places these lovely people could
Like,
comment,
share?
and subscribe?
It certainly is. Whatever subscribing is.
They definitely can do it there.
Yeah, I'm
Also
I'm
love
sure.
that you went with the different bro than you had written down. My brain
because
did
I haven't changed it, I'll be honest.
Oh, you've just been running back Bro Chacho for weeks now, and I've not been noticing.
No, I just didn't realize it started, and I hadn't picked a bro, so I was just like, top of the head, go.
Well, also off the top of your head, what's been going on in your life, as we have not
We haven't
recorded
talked in
for
a while.
a month?
Yeah, like 4 weeks. So
A month. Correction, 4 weeks.
get it right.
Minerva. I want that addendum added in the minutes.
Exactly. This fucking stooge cutting out 72 hours. So main highlight is out fucking New Orleans for Mardi Gras, or for Carnival, technically, whatever. And it was a bit of a whirlwind of a trip because it was only supposed to be 3 days, but it started with a bit of a shit show because I was supposed to get up ungodly early for some garbage flight itinerary. So I was going to get up at like 5, go drive over to other Eli's place, ditch my car, and we'd like either Uber or take a bus down to the airport.
Righto.
And it was like fly to LAX, layover, fly to New Orleans. I wake up to, your flight's been canceled.
Balls.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? Like, I got a text at like 3 a.m. from Alaska. That's like, sorry. And I'm like, oh, fuck you. So at 5 a.m., deliriously tired Eli's like, okay, fuck. How do we fix this? So I found a direct flight. I got reimbursed my ass. Because I'm like, I have a connecting flight I can no longer make. Give me my money back. And they're like, sure. The problem is that I was connecting and going through fucking Spirit, which, fuck Spirit. I haven't ever...
Did they not give you your money back?
They did not. Because it was a different airline connecting them, so it wasn't their fault, technically. Yeah. Spirit can absolutely lick my balls. So, whatever. I just like, fuck you. I found a direct flight, same day, to New Orleans. I'm like, give me 2 tickets. Fuck you, get me on this plane. Like, I've got a hotel I can't refund because it's supposed to check in tonight. So, yeah. I'm showing up. Fuck you. I took time off work. I'm getting to goddamn work.
I am doing this.
Yeah, so about 7 a.m., I'm like, cool, I've got shit sorted. I'm so angry and tired. But now I just get to sit on my hands for a bit. Cool. Okay. Get to New Orleans without other incident. Thank fuck. And, you know, flight's not bad. Direct is so much nicer, it turns out. We ended up getting there at about the same time that I would have anyways.
Damn.
Cool. I mean, it turns out if I don't go fucking straight south to LAX and then wait 2.5 hours...
If you've traveled diagonally.
Yeah, it turns out... you know,
Mr.
the hypothesis
Noose
is way better.
Yeah.
So get to New Orleans. We go out for night 1. Like when people get in, we meet up, get dinner. God damn, New Orleans has some fucking banger food. Jesus. It was terrific. Like pretty much everything I ate was great. And weirdly enough, the best thing I ate, this is going to be weird, it was a biscuit. I have had the best biscuit I'm ever going to eat because it was perfect. Hands down.
Damn.
It's never going to be topped. I knew in the moment I took a bite of it, that's the best biscuit I'm ever eating in my fucking life.
God damn.
I was just like, I wanted to be like, I want to order 18 of these. I just gorge myself because they're so perfect. It had a little bit of crunch on the exterior, but like inside perfectly fluffy, dense, and somehow moist. It was perfect. It's a perfect biscuit. I I don't know what they do. It's perfect. Somehow the shrimp and grits that was the main course of my meal needed fucking salt and pepper. Whatever. So night one, go out. I get a bit drunk. We get on Bourbon Street. Holy fuck! I've never. So for anyone who hasn't been to New Orleans during Carnival, live music is everywhere. You can't go 90 yards without a different set of live music at any time of day. It seems in the French Quarter. Holy shit! Like you'd go a block and there'd be just a new band in some restaurant. And so Bourbon Street is its own fucking crazy animal because there is no restriction on public intoxication on Bourbon Street, as far as I could tell. Mm-hmm. And so you could walk around with open containers and nobody bats an eye. At one point, we got kind of split up, and there was this super loud club we like stopped in front of. It was playing the YMCA of all fucking things. And so we paused, and the bouncer's this big dude, and he just walks over behind Elena and Yana and just like puts his arm over their shoulder, like just kind of embracing them, and just walks them into the club. He does not say a word. He just sort of like slow dances up to us, grabs him, and then just disappears into the void with Jesus. It's just like, what? And they just go with it. They're just gone for like 10 minutes. So other quick trip highlights. Food, awesome, as I said. We caught 2 parades. We caught part of the Cleopatra parade, which was one of the big themed ones for the year, and we were at the end of it. At the end of the parade route, they give a... It turns out, if you're at the end of the parade route, a lot of people don't want to hold on to beads and whatnot, so you get assaulted with the stuff. Like, not like they throw it hard. Like, they throw pounds of it at you. At one point, numerous times actually, we get like bags with beads. Still, like a gallon bag with beads, like nearly hit fucking Christian in the head. Like, so we were like raising our hands to cover, like not to catch. Like, no, we got to play defense over here.
Yeah.
At one point, one of the best cosmic happenstances happened. Colton had a hand outstretched, just like he was looking at me and just had his hand out to the side.
Yeah.
And they threw like a cheap lightsaber looking thing, and it bounced off a chair that someone had set and just went into his hand. And his hand reflexively closed because something hit his palm. So he's just suddenly holding a lightsaber. The
chosen one.
Yeah, he's
the one true king.
Yeah, and he's just surprised as me, like, I guess I have this now. Like, we had so much swag, and like they threw a laundry bag. Like, they throw weird shit. Like beads, yes. Stickers, sure. Dumb plastic jewelry, yeah. Cups, fuck it. Plates, why not? A laundry bag, sure. like a mesh bag, and we put so much stuff in this because Elena, who is Yana's like best friend from Spain, she just picked up everything that came like within a 10-foot vicinity of us. There was so much shit. We just stopped telling her, like, no, Elena, no more stuff off the ground. Stop it. Leave it there. But we had so much stuff. I was carrying 3.5 pounds of beads around my neck. It was so heavy. And we filled this laundry bag with random shit. And so Christian is lugging it around like he's goddamn Father Christmas. And so we go down Bourbon Street after that, and we just hand away stuff. I tried one of the giant fish bowls. Had no alcohol in it. I was supremely disappointed because Eli said, he's like, I've never seen you drunk, because he took the night off. He's like, that's too much noise, too many people. I'm just going to have a chill night for myself. I'm like, fair. And so I was like, I'll get liquored up. Fuck it. And so, assuming that would be a solid way to do it, supremely disappointed, I went back to the hotel stone sober. I just needed to piss so bad because it was so much liquid. And we went and saw my buddy Alex was in a parade on a float. Picture looked ridiculous. He looked like a pastel clown. It was wild. And he absolutely tried to just drill us with stuff because he clearly saw us and then went from like lobbing stuff to like overhand pitching at us. It got it to us though. So good time, a lot of fun. Last night we just kind of spent chilling, talking shit, which was great because my social battery was just depleted. There were so many people, so much noise.
Yeah,
Holy shit. The problem is I started to get sick Friday morning.
Yeah.
And I just went, I'm going to ignore that. Well, when I left Sunday, the disease went, you will no longer ignore me. Fair enough. I discovered why you do not fly with fucked up sinuses.
Oh.
Your ears.
Oh, no.
So our flight itinerary was garbage. We dipped over to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta, which is the wrong direction, and then from Atlanta back to Seattle. I just kind of got worse over the day. No. So by the time we landed, and so ascent hurt, descent was worse because my ear put like a bubble in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I was wearing like an earplug that someone just pushed into my ear forcibly. My ear just didn't work. Everything sounded muted and kind of distorted, and it hurt like hell. And so my right ear came to quicker. My left ear just kind of didn't want to till like the next day. And I was just miserable for a couple days. Like Monday I was really fucking sick. Like I couldn't keep down food. So that was fun. And I got kind of better over the week. Thank God. And then after that, I could start resuming being human again and go to work. And I got to be angry at my job because they're like, hey, your work from home day, we're taking that and get stuffed.
Balls.
Yeah, which I'm like, you're a bunch of petty cunts. Which, hilarious. So, my fucking Friday, my little work meeting, they talked about like, hey, dress code's a thing, and you guys shouldn't wear tennis shoes. Because I'm like, the fuck? I'm doing that for 4 years in outright defiance. If you think I'm about to change my ways, you're out of your fucking mind. Fuck them hoes. Long story of that. But yeah, otherwise,
tennis shoes is where they're fucking getting off now.
Jesus, they just. I mean, it's not part of their dress code. Like they want you to have business casual, and to which I say, we're not a public facing office. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like I get like you want to have some decorum and have some like, but you also let people wear polos.
Yeah.
Like
I want to be fucking comfy on this thing that you're never gonna notice.
Yeah, like we're not sales. We're not meeting the public. We're not making first impressions with potential buyers or people who can impact us financially. Like, I don't fucking care what engineering thinks of me. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care what they think in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they either hate me or they like me, and that's not going to be swayed by my footwear. So, you lick my balls once again. Yeah, let's say, otherwise I have tried to date a few people lately. This last week, one person absolutely stood me up. I was like,
they knew they were no match. They conceded before you even got there.
They just vanished because I tried to like, hey, sorry we couldn't did something happen? Like, try to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, everybody gets one. I'll give it to you. It's like, you talk in complete sentences. You're easygoing and approachable. Like, that means a fair amount, and I'll give you one. Like, but you will not get two. Yeah. And, like, they just fell off the face of the earth. So I'm like, well, that's a shame. And went out and met up with somebody who it feels a little weird being the older guy. So I'm like,
Are you? Oh, that's not. You're not used to that?
No, absolutely not. Because like everybody I've ever kind of met up with is about the same age as me.
Okay.
And this
What's the
person's
age discrepancy here?
like 9 years. They're like 22.
Oh shit.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
It is a number as long as like everything works.
Yeah, it consenting adult, right?
Like, well, I meant more like there are people that are that age that
are mature. There are people that are not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's just like I'm half again as old as you almost. Like,
yeah,
it's a little strange to my brain.
Know the feeling. I had somebody match with me on Hinge the other day, and I matched back and started talking, and then I was like looking through their profile for like talking points and saw that they were 19, and I was like, I could have been your dad after I graduated high school. Like, oh about that. And I was like, hey, like, do you see this age discrepancy? Is that cool with you? Because if it's cool, like, I don't know, maybe, I think we were like hitting it off okay. I was like, maybe this can continue. And immediately they unmatched. I was like, they did not read. Okay, cool. Any other things going on other than a bad date and a decent date?
Nope. I did, as I got to see Eli after because I didn't get to see Eli for 2 weeks after we got back from New Orleans because I was sick, and they had like a thankfully lesser version of what I had.
Yeah.
And then they were in California doing their on-site and seeing their mom for her birthday. It's super sweet. I just meant they were gone for a week.
Yeah.
So I got to see them Wednesday, which is very pleasant. We got to finally fucking finish season 2 of Silo. We'd been sitting on the last episode, just like,
oh no.
That was an agonizing 2 weeks to wait to finish that. Like, I thought about it so many times. So I'm like, I could just watch it and pretend. No. You're better than that, Eli. Yeah. What's been going on with you?
All right. So since we last, if any of you have been listening to the last 2 episodes and been like, wow, this isn't quite as well edited as I remember. The sound discrepancy is a little off. It's not as clean. Well, that's because that's true. For the last 2 weeks, I've been editing this podcast because our editor got in a car wreck. It's now a little over 3 weeks ago. Our lovely editor and friend of the podcast, Richard Ashford, was driving home on a Monday night, and then he woke up on a Wednesday in the hospital.
Jesus.
Has no remembrance of what happened. Very careful driver, somebody I would trust implicitly in many directions, but especially when operating a vehicle, as one, been driving a long time, and is a pilot, and is somebody that takes vehicles very seriously and like the way you handle them. So don't know what happened. He is luckily recovering very quickly. Believe actually the day of our recording, he is going to be leaving the hospital under care of his parents and doing physical training from home, from their home. His car is literally, the front of it is smashed like an accordion. Both his legs were fucked. He's in a wheelchair. He's got a bunch of titanium screws in his foot. I don't know which one. And he is just gaining motor functions of his left hand and is like proudly attempting to shuffle a deck of cards, which is interesting that is like one of the more difficult things to do with dexterity, just like kind of take for granted, but like doing a traditional bridge shuffle is apparently really hard.
I can see that actually.
Yeah, like once you think about it, but like I don't know, it's just one of those things I just didn't think about until he was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to be able to do that again." I was like, "What?" But we have, and I will link this below. There's a GoFundMe to help support him in his road to recovery, as he is not only coming out of the hospital. He's luckily, I believe all of it or a lot of it's covered by his insurance. Oh my god, that's so lucky in that regard, especially given these times. But he still has a long way to go. One, doesn't have a fucking car anymore. or not one that he could drive, just one that he could like make art out of, I guess. He also is going to has been out of work for weeks and will be out of work for months to come. His folks are going to need to take care of him, build a wheelchair ramp to the house, and do all other sorts of stuff.
Is he expected to get control back of his legs, or are they just fucked?
Yeah, no, they are expecting a full recovery.
Okay,
given time.
Sure.
But yeah, he is improving very rapidly. A lot of the nurses have been very impressed, and like they're very excited because when they initially came in, there's this really weird rating scale of injury in an accident, which is mortal, which means fucking dead, and then it jumps to 3 through 15 or 3 through 14, with 3 being near death and 14 being near like
inconsequential.
Yeah, approaching that.
Okay.
And he came in at a 3, and once you see his vehicle, it makes sense. But he quickly over weeks went to like a 12 or a 13 or something like that. He is he is massively
speed running recovery.
Yeah, he's doing awesome.
Nope.
So if you can financially support or spread the news, it will be linked in the description. Please do so. He is the best of lads. And also, we want a podcast that sounds even better than it does right now, because I'm definitely editing this one. So if not for Richard, for the podcast. Went to a second regional championship a couple weeks ago, or like now I guess a week ago, in North Carolina. Didn't do well, had fun, did better than I did in Portland, and more importantly, I think I talked about this last time, when I was done playing in Portland, I was relieved because I didn't want to play the deck. I didn't feel comfortable. This time around I was annoyed because I felt like I understood the matchups and was like playing quite well. So sad result, good feeling and preparation. So I'm happy and proud about that. Also, if you ever go to North Carolina, these are my food recommendations. Go to the Optimus Food Hall, or as we like to call it, the Optimus Prime Food Hall, near downtown. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things that I keep finding in cities where there are food halls that are basically like zhuzhed up food courts with like a bar in the center and then like, half a dozen to 2 dozen restaurants around that are kind of a little bit more niche or inventive. So they like reduces on their cost, and it makes them be able to like sell the product that they wanted to create. For instance, there was a place that only made grilled cheeses, and I got a grilled cheese with macaroni, bacon, and caramelized onions inside. Fucking awesome. Doubt they could be their own restaurant and like a brick and mortar, but they can have a food stall in a place like this. That's awesome. Go support those. They're also really fucking fun. And nobody has to decide if you're going out with a party what food type they want to get. Like when we initially went, I got weird grilled cheese and some inventive bao buns. One of my friends got a chicken sandwich, and then another 2 of my friends went out and got Ethiopian food. Fucking awesome. And so everybody gets what they want. No decisions like really need to be made, and like the vibes are fun, and you get to see new shit. Do not go to Bojangles. Fuck that chain. Holy shit. That's like their fucking North Carolina's version of like Popeyes or KFC or something like that. It's like it's a fried chicken joint, and it blows ass.
It just sucks absolute chode.
I was hungry, got it for breakfast when it was noon on Sunday, and I did not finish. I just threw it out like most of the way through. I was like, I just can't get this last tendy. Like, I got fucking tenders and like rice. I wasn't going like weird. I was going pretty like down the middle. It was just fucking. But hard pass. I'm glad I went because it's like an institution. It's kind of like the In-N-Out of North Carolina, which, if you know my opinion on In-N-Out, basically says a lot. But yeah, would not recommend. Also, I don't know about you. When you fly, this is a question for you, Broskinkowski.
Sure.
What is your was your preference on seat choices between, I presume middle seat is death.
Middle seat is ass.
What is the first place and second place?
I prefer window.
Interesting. All right, I have changed my preference as of recently. I just really like aisle, partially because using the bathroom.
Sure.
But like, I don't know. Also like climbing over people, and just I've realized in the years that I just don't like leaning against the window like I think I used to in my 20s. I'm just like, man, I like, being able to like effectively get a little bit more foot room, because you can just kind of, unless somebody's like walking by, you can just kind of sneak your heel into the aisle and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So figure that out on this trip. When I did aisle on the way out there. Oh, also, Jesus, I forgot. I missed my flight, and kudos to American Airlines. Missed my flight because I'm a dingus. I was like 10 minutes late. And I was like, fuck. Well, they have a flight that's in like 2 hours. It's $450. Fuck me. And I just go to their thing. I was like, hey, I missed my flight. I need to rebook for like the one that's in, like, is there any spot in the one that's in 2 hours? They're like, yeah, there's a spot. And then they printed off me a ticket and handed it to me. I was like, okay, how much? They're like, oh, no, you don't have to pay for it. What the fuck? Okay. I'm not going to go like missing flights all like nimbly bimbly, but it was just like, oh, sick. Well, like, kudos, American Airlines. You probably can get my business some more. That's top notch. I respect that. I have been with a partial crown now. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I got a not partial crown. So I got a temporary crown put in, like kind of randomly. Like I was supposed to just get a filling, and they're like, look, this tooth is fucked. We can give you a filling, but then we're eventually going to give you a crown anyway. Do you just want to save some time and get a crown while you're here? It's like, sure. I was supposed to get my permanent crown put in before I left for Charleston. However, the lab didn't send it for 2 weeks. And then I understand, but I also take umbrage. My dentist couldn't fit me in for 2 weeks after that. Yeah. It's like, I'm getting fucked twice here. Like, come on, guys. It's not that long of an operation. You numb me up, you pull it out, you glue it in, and then I go home. That's it. Like, find some fucking time. This is not good customer service, guys. Alright, so this is fucking awesome. I don't know I know I mentioned this on the podcast. I don't know if it's been like a year or 2 years. It's been a fucking minute.
Sure.
So last night was one of my best friend Kyler Martin's birthday. Every year we find a cool barcade to go to, get some eats, get some drinks, play video games. It was either last year or the year before. I went and saw something spectacular. Do you remember what I saw?
No.
Okay. So, when I went, there was a guy that rocked up in a fucking like 80s cop outfit with like the fucking like the gun holsters, the suspenders, the tie, even got a mustache and like a mop top. And he rocked up and destroyed Time Crisis. Dual wielding, playing both stations, fucking giving the show me your moves to the fucking boss, and a crowd gathered and watched him whoop wholesale ass, applauded, and then
how is he doing the pedals for both?
Oh, he's like standing and like rocking forward. Like he's standing wide step. Yeah.
Wow, so he's just like on his heels and rock forward to like duck forward. Wow, that's incredible, actually.
Fucking amazing. So, last night, playing, hanging out, getting some drinks, and we hear some applause, and we walk in the back room.
Same fucking guy.
Motherfucker's there again! It was a sighting. I was like, oh my god! It's definitely the same guy! Holy fucking shit! And he's over there just fucking destroying. Ducking underneath the, like, below where you would holster the pistols, as if he's, like, really ducking when he's pushing, like, when he's leaning off the pedal. It was a fucking performance. So awesome.
Dude just crushing Time
If
Crisis.
He's there next year, I'm getting a selfie and a signed something, because holy fuck. So goddamn awesome.
so weird that he's just been there both times.
Yeah, like year apart, he just like rocks up. He's becoming like, for me, like nerd folklore of like the barcades in LA. It's wild. So fucking dope. All right, and lastly, kind of a bummer, like your dating story, but a little amped up. So went on a date. We're recording this on a Sunday. Went on a date Tuesday after like talking to somebody for a while. Fucking awesome date. It's like 2.5 hours. They were matching me, kind of taking me as I am, foot in my mouth and all. I was coming up with some wild theories that I was backing, and they were down to like talk about it, entertain it, not necessarily believe me, but like hang. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I probably shouldn't have been talking about these things because they're not really great first date fucking fanfare, or fifth date, to be honest. But, you know, met me where I was at and didn't think any less of me. I was like, holy fucking shit, this is awesome. Multiple times during the week, chatted for like hours at a time, had great conversations. Things are looking great. Friday rolls around, meet up on a date. Things go amazing.
So good.
Yeah. They initially were just gonna meet for tacos and like hang out. It's cold, and they're like, they've lived in Los Angeles their whole life, so it's really cold to them. I'm over here just like pants and a fucking tee, and I'm just like, oh, do you want to take my jacket? Like, I don't need it. Like, this is not, I don't know, like born different. I don't fucking know what's going on. And it's like, but they're like, no, like, can we go to like a coffee house or something, just like hang out? I definitely want to like, spend some more time. I'm like, yeah, of course. I don't know when it's open. She's like, well, you live near here, right? Like, want to go back to yours? I'm like, sure. Like, I'm actively not trying to push the date in that direction, because I don't want to overstep, because like this person feels like legit.
Sure.
And they come back to my place. My roommates, I'm not sure if this was a good or a bad thing. She also says, oh, this is the funniest one to me, because it just shows how much personal definitions come into slang. It just makes me laugh. She goes, all right, let's go over to your place, but no hanky panky. I was like, that sounds good to me. Like, also, that terminology is kind of awesome. I want to bring it back. But
so, she grew up in the 40s?
Yeah, no hanky panky. I was like, all right, that's totally fair. Also, like, I know my roommates are playing like D&D in the living room, and I told her this, and she goes, oh, well, now I want to come over even more to like just see the spectacle, because she's been kind of interested. She's like nerdy, but not in that particular way, and does want to play. So I was like, okay, sure. Come back to my place. Hey, what's up, guys? We kind of filter through, and she's like hearing them through the wall of my room. Turn on a little avatar. We're hanging out, and then like she intentionally like makes it physical, like make out a little bit, and I'm like trying to like not overstep, and she's like, you can do this and that. I was like, you said no hanky panky. She goes, oh, when I say hanky panky, I mean like fourth base. I was like, oh,
is that what that means?
That's not, yeah, to the general public, that is not how they would interpret that, especially given like the verbiage. But just in general, I'm like, oh, okay, make out, things get awesome, show her a decent-ish good time, and then we leave. And as we're walking in the car, it's like, after these kinds of conversations, this kind of date, I'm feeling a certain way. I was like, okay, so like moving forward, what do you want this to be? What do you like? Do you want to get exclusive? Do you like, which whatever? And she goes, no, I think we can still like, like do this and that. I was like, are you like, no judgment, are you like seeing other people? Because I'm not like seeing other people. I'm fine with it, but I just, trying to. She goes, no, I'm not, but like you can still continue like dating. And it's like, I don't want it to go that fast yet. We're still only second date. And I kind of like waffled at that, and the conversation didn't get weird. Maybe it did, but it was like a little like, felt a little bit of pullback. I was like, okay. And they got home. They told me they got home. I like messaged them. Nothing. Gave them a couple questions the other day. Nothing. And I'm like, weird. It's like I felt when they left. I don't know if you've ever had this where
I have.
you've not had any reason to think things like on paper. Like if you like read back, if it was a transcript and you read it back, there's nothing that would like stand out as like any kind of
Super
indication.
detrimental. Yeah.
Yeah, not only super detrimental, but like indication that, oh, this is probably not continuing.
Yeah.
But you get that vibe. You
Yep.
just get that feel in the ether. And like as she was driving away, I like talked about it with my therapist yesterday. I was like, I'm trying not to be pessimistic, but also just got this fucking feeling that it's over. Just like fucking infuriating. And it makes me, if I had the money, I think I would hire a data analyst and a private eye to snoop on me on dates so I could figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong. This is so maddening. You're like, is there any, like, because from two people who come from playing games, like competitively, one of the nice things about it is you can go back, look at the tape, discuss theory, and figure out what you could do better.
Yeah.
But so much of dating is just like fucking, I don't want to say ethereal, but it's just like in the air, and there's like
people are inconsistent. People are not perfectly rational. People are
for sure. But like what I'm saying is that like there's no like let's go to the tape and see how we can improve unless you do something like really stupid.
And that's because people don't have like a one size fits all kind of shit. You know.
No, that's not what I mean. I think there are things that I probably could be doing better or doing wrong.
Sure.
That I could improve. I'm not saying that like I fucked this and like that's what happened.
Yeah.
There's a strong chance that it's just like, yeah, like there's something that, you know, is a deal breaker for her. She maybe didn't want to say it, or it's, you know, compilation of things equal deal breaker. Or, you know, I'm still, there's 1% of my brain that's holding out hope that she's just been busy. Hasn't got her back around to messaging, but I'm like, at this point, I'm thinking, you know, 36 hours, probably not. Who knows? Maybe next episode I'll be fucking elated and have the best news. But to like not be able to, I think dating is, I've discussed this with other Magic friends, dating is the hardest game and also in certain ways the easiest. Or not the easiest. It has a nice like ending in that you only need to beat it once. In theory. Yeah. Obviously it's, but like you don't have to consistently, it's so wild, but it's also like there's also like how do you improve at it? It's just like, yeah, you do it, you get more comfortable, but also new people are different, what people want is different. It's just like improve it. It's a game that you can't really like improve at, but you have to keep playing and losing. It is like fucking one of the weirdest things. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are strange, today, what strange thing are we kind of having fun with here?
We have a little game for each other.
Woohoo! Games.
So we have taken an idea of writing up little synopsis or kind of a back of the book preview for otherwise G-rated movies to try to make them sound super nefarious and kind of R-rated, to see how much we can throw the other person off the scent. And so we are going to read them to each other. And do you want to do like 2 hints? So like
you get 3 guesses. We do like the synopsis, and then we do a hint and a hint. But I think the 2 other hints are 1-word hints or 1-ish word hints.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or should I?
I'll let you go first.
All right. Rich playboy returns home from a trip abroad, steals from family friends, pretends to be homeless, and hits on his dead best friend's sister.
Yeah, one more time for me.
Rich playboy returns home from a trip abroad, steals from family friends, pretends to be homeless, and hits on his dead best friend's sister.
This is a kid's movie?
Yes.
What? Dead best friend's sister. What? I need a hint.
Forest.
Forrest Gump? That can't be right.
No, it's not right.
I was like, that's not real.
Also, I'm not sure I'd consider that a kid's movie.
Yeah, that's I know. I'm not. That's not a real guess. That's that. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Forest. Wind in the Willows. I have no clue.
Okay, not that.
No.
All right. Do you want, for your next clue, and the last clue, do you want a verb or a noun?
Give me a noun.
Sheriff.
Robin Hood?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. He comes back from the Crusades.
Sure.
He steals from the rich are his family. Like, he was a lord.
Okay.
He steals from family friends. He pretends to be homeless. He lives out in the forest with a bunch of bums and hits on Maid Marian, who he was on a trip with her brother who died.
Okay. That's the part that was really throwing me. To be fair,
it's not in the animated version. It's not written into the animated version, really. I think there's like a mild mention of it, but in every other version, that is like a key part of it.
Okay.
Would you? Okay, so the verb was going to be whistle. Do you think you would have gotten there on that?
I probably would have gotten there on that.
Okay, cool.
It would really maybe, but I definitely would have seen it once you told me.
Sure.
For sure. Okay. A monstrous alien escapes from captivity. It seeks refuge among an unsuspecting and simple population. Under a disguise, it dupes the people into protecting it and uses them as shields to protect from the law enforcement seeking it.
Iron Giant?
No. You want a noun or a verb?
Noun.
Dog.
Wait, say the main part again. The synopsis.
A monstrous alien escapes from captivity, seeking refuge among an unsuspecting and simple population to avoid capture. Under a disguise, the monster dupes people into unwittingly protecting it and uses them as shields to hide from the law enforcement seeking it.
Huh. Oh, Lilo and Stitch?
Correct.
Okay.
2 points.
Woohoo! Okay. Retired strongman lies to wife, puts family at risk to help weapons manufacturer take over world.
Incredibles.
Damn it. Yeah.
Woo!
Uh-oh. What was the biggest Q-in on that one?
It was kind of a mix of strongman and weapons manufacturer.
Okay.
So I was like, where else would this blend together? And I was like,
sure.
Lies to wife. I'm like, pretty sure. If I was wrong, I was in trouble.
Yes. Number one guess, no second guess.
This is like, shit, I'm just really banking on first. All right. A woman is held against her will as a bargain to save her family. She is imprisoned by a mentally ill and disturbed captor and coerced and plied into being a mate for him by his cohort who excuse and encourage his behavior.
Said she's a mother?
No.
All right, go one more time, sorry.
A woman is held against her will in a bargain to save her family, imprisoned by a mentally ill and disturbed captor. She's coerced into...
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Correct.
Fuck yeah. This is so much fucking fun.
This is pretty dope, actually. Yeah.
All right. Low-level workers hire mercenaries to overthrow alien overlords, only to find out he's been grifted and has to invent machines to save his family.
One more time.
Low-level worker hires mercenaries to overthrow alien overlords, only to find out he's been grifted and has to invent machines to save his family. I'm a lot proud of this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Alien Chicken Run.
No.
Damn.
It's interesting.
Let's say you can see how I get there.
Yeah. I know.
Okay.
I like it. H or B?
Is that the clue or an offer?
No. Would you like H or B?
Let's go B.
Bird.
Alien grifting with birds. What the fuck?
No, I'm gonna take that one back. I'll give you H. I think that one's too hard.
Okay.
I don't think that's enough. Harvest.
Oh, Bug's Life?
Yeah.
Okay. I see the bird. Fair.
Yeah, I feel like it's like not enough though. I guess I could have given you bird third. I think I was supposed to like not. It's a minor plot point.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to give you harvest and then circus, or circus and then harvest.
Yeah, I think circus is better. I'd say or worker would have been another good hint.
Sure, it's a little banal though.
Yeah.
I mean, worker's already in here. It's low level worker hires mercenary.
Oh.
So that's just being reiterative. I don't think that one's good. But yeah, it's like
wouldn't it be hires mercenaries like plural?
I have mercenaries.
You said mercenary singular.
Oh,
I don't know that it matters. To be fair, I don't think I'd get.
I have it written down as mercenary, so I just can't read.
Yeah, the reason I thought it was Chicken Run is because she gets like the rooster.
Yeah, it gets rooster.
And then they have to build the fucking like flying chicken coop to get over it anyways. So.
Well, I didn't even think about the kind of crossters on that one.
Okay. A paramilitary group takes advantage of a scientific exploration and unearths an ancient civilization, one they can extort and rob of an unlimited power supply for personal gain.
Atlantis.
Wow! I'm so surprised you could get that off the rip. I haven't thought about that movie in like a decade and a half.
Woo!
Damn!
Let's fucking go.
Wow! I thought for sure I'd be just like scratching your head. Like, I almost thought you wouldn't remember that fucking movie.
Love that movie.
Damn. Respect.
Woo!
Okay.
Don't know who you're fucking with.
My bad. I didn't recognize your game.
Obviously, now I'm not going to get a single one, but that one was fire. Just like, got it. Boosh. All right. Number 4. 2 floor workers at a power company find out company secret, blow the whistle on their boss, get
Monsters,
the plant
Inc.
closed. God damn it. Let me finish.
Sorry, I just knew. Like,
yeah,
that was 100% Monsters Inc.
As I'm reading it, I'm like, he's gonna fucking get this one so fast.
All right.
So hold on. I'm gonna get the plant closed, only to reopen it with better business practices.
All right. A battle of brothers leaves a child orphaned who will be raised by vagabonds until brought back for revenge and to reclaim the throne from a despot, bringing about ruin.
Whoa. All right, run it one more time.
Sure. A battle of brothers leaves a child orphaned who will be raised by vagabonds until he's brought back for revenge and to reclaim the throne from a despot who is bringing about ruin.
Orphan that returns to the throne. Isn't it despot for the record?
I've heard despot.
Okay. That was a good one. Oh, Lion King?
Correct.
Yes. Let's go.
Oof, I'm getting worked over here.
Your Monsters Inc. clap really does, like, just on vibes. It does send hard, though.
It was pretty
Didn't
good.
get to finish. Just
Yeah.
Whoosh. All right. Hermit is attacked and goes to speak to government officials, ends up being conscripted into a rescue mission only to fall in love with the target and overthrow the government.
Whoa. Sorry, give it a bit more time.
Hermit is attacked and goes to speak to government officials, ends up being conscripted into a rescue mission only to fall in love with the target and overthrow the government.
Star Wars?
No.
No, Hermit didn't fit. Damn.
All right, ready? Clue?
Sure.
Green.
Green.
Not did you say grain?
Green.
Yeah, green. Okay, just make sure.
I'm trying to. I think a hermit being attacked. Damn, I am struggling over here. Shit. Red. I don't know. It's not a kids movie, but it's like the best I can come up with.
Mm-mm.
Shit.
All right. Do you want genre or location?
Give me a location.
Swamp.
Fucking like Fern Gully?
No. Shrek.
Ow, for fuck's sake. Oh. Oh no. No. Lord of mercy.
Like, that was like good for it though, right?
Yeah, no, it all fits. I don't know if I'd say like attacked is a little questionable in terms of wording.
He's literally attacked in the beginning. He's at home and like fucking villagers come in and attack him. Or try to.
Sure. Okay. Damn it. Oh. Oof. It's a big oof there. All right.
Yeah, let's see if I can return the favor.
Okay. This one's a little weird, and it feels a little cheaty, but I'm going with it.
Okay.
You'll see. None of it is inaccurate. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
You'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
A CEO is driven a bit crazy, attempting to keep his company afloat, going to extreme measures with unchecked R&D. He revolutionizes the industry and makes a point to silence his critics.
A CEO. Sorry, run it one more time.
Sure. A CEO is driven crazy, attempting to keep his company afloat, and goes against his own morals. With unchecked R&D, he tries to revolutionize the energy industry and silences his critics who call him out.
Huh. He's a CEO, you said?
Correct.
CEO, energy industry. Just a double check.
Yeah.
Are we allowing TV shows or are these just movies?
This is movie. I don't think anything on my list is.
Yeah, I mean all our minor movies.
There's like one of mine you could contend is a show. This is not that.
Okay. I was gonna for a second there. I was like, do I have to guess? Fucking Veggie Tales. Like, because it kind of sounds like the bunny episode a little bit.
Yeah, so okay, I could see that.
But I was like, just making sure,
yeah, no Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego here.
Yeah.
No.
CEO. I think it's this movie, but I haven't. Not sure because I haven't seen it. The Silence's critics is throwing me because I'm pretty sure what it's going to be is like they shut up, not that he makes them go away.
I'm gonna give you something because this is written a bit dishonest. The perspective I'm writing the synopsis from is not from the main character's perspective.
No, I didn't think so.
That's why I said it's like a little bit cheaty.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with my gut here. I think I'm wrong, but I just can't stop thinking about it.
Sure.
What is it like? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
No.
Okay.
First hint: Doors.
Oh, okay. That's the other one that it was. Then it's fucking Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't like. I was pretty sure it wasn't that because I don't think that you know that I've seen that.
Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs. I've never seen it, so.
Oh, okay. Because it like yeah, I don't know why that was just like one that got stuck in my head. I was like pretty sure it was like Monsters Inc. But the Silence's critic thing is a little bit of a debate. I like it.
Mean, he does throw them out.
Yeah, just calling them critics is bending their identity.
Sure.
But it plays. It's like it was like yeah, my brain just went silly. Okay. Boy plays with nuclear weapon to devastating effects on local plant life, hides it from his family and a government agent, only for it to nearly destroy their town.
Well then. Thinking about plant life nearly destroying a town.
No. Plays with nuclear weapon.
Okay.
To devastating effects on local plant life.
On local plant life. Give me the back half of that synopsis.
Hides it from his family and a government agent, only for it to nearly destroy their town.
Iron Giant?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were going to get that a lot faster.
The plant life threw me. It's like he crashed through some trees, but like...
Well, I mean, he does that cannonball and fucking like empties a lake and destroys a forest.
He does just slap it with a tidal wave. Fair. He does empty a lake. You're in the middle of the road. Yeah. Okay. Cool. With the world in ruin, a lone scavenger has to prove against a corrupt system that there is a chance to rebuild and go back to a golden age.
Wall-E?
Damn, got that quick. Yes, Wall-E.
Yeah. Like lone scavenger. Like, going back to the golden age, I'm just like, kinda. Like if I squint, that's what he's doing. All right. Curious to see how this one goes. An astrologically birthed mannequin seeks humanity and in the process becomes a part of academia, human trafficking, and all-around degeneracy before perishing in a whale hunting incident.
Did I take something? What? One more time for the people in the back.
An astrologically birthed mannequin seeks humanity and in the process becomes a part of academia, human trafficking, and all-around degeneracy before perishing in a whale hunting incident.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna. I really didn't like the way that it began. I thought it gave it away because mannequin. I was like, it's like the farthest I can get away without lying.
Yeah, that honestly, mannequin is what threw me. I was like,
oh, funny.
I've never thought of him being a mannequin. It's always a puppet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Man, what's crazy is that's like the tame version of Pinocchio. The books go harder.
Oh yeah, books go crazy hard.
Yeah.
I was sad that there wasn't another activity I could give him other than academia, human trafficking, and all around degeneracy is kind of like a spin. I was like really hoping, but in the movie he doesn't really do much more than that because it's an old short.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure you get this real fast. A number of children are brought into the industrial complex of an eccentric business tycoon. They're led through a maze of horrifically unsafe assembly lines.
No, I'm not gonna get that quick. Run it one more time.
A select number of children are brought into the industrial complex of an eccentric business tycoon. He leads them through a maze of horrifically unsafe assembly lines.
Children, business tycoon, assembly lines. Wow. No. Gonna need a second. Assembly lines, business tycoon? What's it called? Like it's like Meet the Hendersons or some shit?
No. It is Meet the Hendersons, but that is not what I'm referring to.
Make sure that's what I'm thinking of.
Or no, not Hendersons. You're thinking of Harry and the Hendersons.
I'm getting them.
Because you're thinking of the kid with like the hat.
Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons. Yes, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah,
no, not Meet the Robinsons.
Okay, it's Rat. All right. Yeah, any clue?
Golden.
Oh. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, it wasn't. My brain didn't have it on the radar at all. Yeah, no, that's yeah, it's a great description. You could have honestly gone like a lot harder on that one. Just like with the Gene Wilder one, like
yeah, I mean,
eccentric billionaire kills children in factory.
I did have one more line that I'm like, I don't think I need this because it might give it away. But practically baiting them to their demise in more gruesome fashions without the slightest shred of guilt.
Oh, you should have left that one in. That wouldn't have got me anywhere.
Okay.
That would have been awesome. I mean, I would have not ever gone to like Meet the Robinsons, but
okay.
Yeah, no, that one's a fun one to play with, just because of so much that is implied with the Gene Wilder one.
It's just like, oh no, stop, come back.
Yeah, don't. All right, I'm hoping this one stumps you.
Okay.
3 children and their mother are kidnapped to void their inheritance, and for the kidnapper to abscond with it. They end up foiling their kidnapper via the mom beguiling a gang leader to lend in their aid and eventual rescue upon their recapture, which the gang are rewarded with a luscious pad to live out the rest of their days.
Okay, so we got 3 kids and a mom.
Mm-hmm.
I need it one more time. I'm sorry.
3 children and their mother are kidnapped to void their inheritance and for the kidnapper to abscond with it. Okay. They end up foiling their kidnapper via the mom beguiling a gang leader to lend in their aid and eventual recapture or an eventual rescue upon their recapture, which the gang are rewarded with a luscious pad to live out the rest of their days.
I almost want to say Peter Pan, but that doesn't work. Because it's just 3 kids.
Yep.
Gotta avoid inheritance. Like, there's a part of me that's almost like a series of unfortunate events. That's not for children. But there's no mom.
There's no mom. I would say that is for kids, though, with the recent remakes.
Sort of.
It's like kind of leaned like aggressively.
It's leaned a bit more juvenile. It's still dark as fuck.
Yeah, of course.
This does have me stumped. I don't know, Aristocats.
Damn it.
Really?
Fuck.
Wow.
I thought I was gonna get a point off you there.
I was just thinking, like, what kind of weird...
When you started saying 3 kids and a mom and focusing on that, I was like, fuck. I should have written that maybe a little differently.
Oh, because I was just thinking, like, what has kind of like a good criminal element to it of like kind of Aristocats, but like I haven't seen it since I was like fucking 7.
Yeah, same.
Wow, it's been a long time.
Nice.
Jesus, I cannot believe I got that. Okay. A child is left unsupervised in the woods where he mingles with his imaginary friends while have crippling mental health issues that are led to detrimental and often destructive gluttonous adventures.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yep. The mental health issues gave it away.
Kid Woods also.
Fair. Yeah, that is the one that you could like argue is a show and not just a movie that I had.
Sure. Yeah. That's fair.
But I mean, yeah.
All right. Kid watches his mother die, then leads other children on a wild goose chase for the greenest of edibles.
I don't know why. There's something with the greenest of edibles. Okay, kid watches mom die. Terrific. I'm
gonna try to remember to take this as a soundbite. Kid watches mom die. Terrific. If we made merch, that'd be on a shirt by the end of the day.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. Holy shit. Kid watches mom die. Lord of mercy. Greenest of edibles. Greenest of edibles. Like, that's so important. Like, what the fuck could it mean? Alright, Disney, we got a lot of dead parents. Let's get through this mess. Like, I can't... give me one more time. I'm trying to fucking lose my shit.
Kid watches his mother die, then leads other children on a wild goose chase for the greenest of edibles.
Oh, it's fucking Land Before Time.
Damn it!
Yes! Wow, what a deep cut. It's the OG, too. They're going to find the flower.
The tree star. Which sounds like a fucking grow of weed.
It totally does.
I'll take 2 packs of tree star, please. Yeah. I need to see dinosaurs. Like, fuck me.
Woo! Damn, what a description. Totally accurate, but what the fuck? It's like, it sounds like the fucking successor to Pineapple Express or something. Okay, a family moves into a new and remote house and is beset upon by spirits. The 2 girls have to grapple with a blurring of reality and fantasy as they try to pretend that life is normal.
2 girls, they move to a house in the woods or
a new remote house.
Remote house, 2 girls, and then say the ghosts or
beset upon by spirits.
Spirits. Remote house, 2 girls, spirits. If it wasn't 2 girls, I'd say Casper, but it's 2, so sure. That can't be a Casper. Oh! Ha 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 ha! Totoro.
Correct. I had one more line that would have instantly gotten you there, and I was like, I don't need this, actually.
Which is it?
They try to pretend life is normal, despite the underlying and ever-present concern about their mother.
I don't know if that would have pushed me there, but yeah, I mean, that definitely does help in that one. All right, my last one.
Last one.
Child goes on adventures in his backyard and befriends and comforts adults with undiagnosed and unmedicated suffering from ranging from depression to obesity.
Is this also Winnie the Pooh?
God damn it, yeah. I was really sad when you said yours. I was like, fuck.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't more overlap. It's just the two monsters.
Yeah. All right, hold on. We need to check and see. 3, 6, 9, or it's 12, 15, 18, 24. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 11, 13, 16, 19, 22, 24. If I get 0,
brick it.
If I brick it, we tie.
I don't think you're going to brick this.
I hope not.
A long-time king and celebrity goes malcontent with his life and seeks to extend his influence into another pacifistic kingdom.
Whoa.
Okay. Committing a hostile takeover.
Well, we might have a tie ball game. All right, one more time.
A long-time king and celebrity goes malcontent with his life and extends his influence into another pacifistic and peaceful kingdom, committing a hostile takeover.
Celebrity and king, hostile takeover, new area. Celebrity and king. I need to think of this longer because I think the one I'm coming up with is just wrong, but celebrity and king, hostile takeover, extend his influence. I think that's some game tripped up on that. Yeah, let's go with it. Emperor's New Groove?
Nope.
Okay. Clue.
Sally.
That hit me, but I can't figure out where. Like, you literally said Sally, and I like bolted upright. That's wild. All right. Fuck. I can hear the character saying that word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dicks. Dicks. Fuck. It's now Sally. No, I'm coming up with it. I'm coming up with fucking Venture Brothers. That's wrong.
Oh.
Okay, that's where that voice is. Okay, that's not it.
Definitely not.
Sally? That's doing so little for me at this moment in time. Holy fuck. Celebrity king extends influence. Hostile takeover. Oh no, I don't want to tie. Why did I look at the score? It's gonna be bad either way. Oh man, Sally. What the fuck? Sally, who dis bitch? What the fuck?
You want the other hint?
Oh, I want one more second.
Sure.
Oh, I want to guess before I get a hint, even if it's like way off.
Okay.
Oh man, that's confusing though. It's helpful. I'm trying to think of kings now that are fucking like, you know, trying to do shit like that. King and celebrity.
We're gonna start playing some Jeopardy music here.
Robin Hood? No, that's not it. But...
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, not king. All right, last clue. Fuck.
What's this?
What the fuck? I am coming up so empty. Oh my god. Oh, I guess this does count. Great Mouse Detective?
No.
Fuck.
It's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Huh. Oh yeah, Pumpkin King.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, fucking tied it up. I thought for sure giving a what's this would cue you in.
Yeah, it was just too far looking in the other direction.
Okay.
I think it. No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's all good hints. Very well writtenly obfuscated for the banger. Well done. Save the best for last.
Clutched it out.
No.
I'm still fucking angry that I got a 0 for Shrek of all things.
Yeah.
Bombed out Shrek. Ooh, take the time.
It's okay. I bombed out Nightmare Before Christmas. All right. Well, I lick my wounds, and Eli celebrates running naked around the town square.
Whoa.
Okay. In boxers around the town square. We'll send it to an ad break, but we'll talk to you guys in a minute.
Have you wanted to take your kids to the movies, only for the movies to follow you home for weeks? Have you ever thought, I want to be incessantly humming the same 6 bars for days on end? Well, look no further than the animated children's movies. You'll surely be taken hostage by a 5-year-old as they repeatedly demand they have to see the new movie or they're gonna die. And then deal with them lamenting how they want all the merchandise that is suddenly everywhere. And not to mention the songs are gonna follow you home too. With such studios as Disney and DreamWorks printing these things, you're bound to leave with an insidious and infectious earworm that you'll be humming. Oh, because your kids never stop singing that one darn song. You know which one it is. But hey, at least the creators know you're being forced and coerced by those ankle biters, and they throw in some jokes along the way that only you're gonna understand.
We hath returned!
Aghast.
By the way, tell us which one of those you liked, or if you guys came up with any of your own Super Prose Bros on Blue Ski, while we're still on, while I'm still on Twitter, like Ike's, or you can always email us at superprosebros@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you and love to hear what you thought. Try to make one of yours and send it to us. We'd love to
see if we can piece it together.
Yeah. All right. So recently actually been watching a lot. I've got like a lot of movies that I watched on the airplane ride, but remembered God Bless America, which is a movie by Bobcat Goldthwait of all people. And God, that movie sucks. Jesus. Highly don't recommend going and watching it. It's definitely one of those things where you agree with what the movie's message is, but the way it does it is just unbearable. It's like a cousin or an uncle at a family gathering who's right, but the way they belabor the point just makes you want to disagree with them. Movie very much points out. Yeah, I mean, the movie's pointing out things that are wrong with America at that time, which have only gotten different or worse. Yeah. And they're not wrong. They're bad. But also, gee, like, calm, like, I don't know. It's like, just chill. Like, they couldn't... Bobcat Goldthwait needed to see a therapist, not make a movie. Like, he just needed to talk to somebody and get all these feelings out, as opposed to, like, making it into a movie where he got all the things out. What I would recommend, I think, seeing is Shrinking. I just finished season 1. I'm very curious if you are of the mind to ever watch it, what you think of it. Because I think it's about main characters are therapists. One of them's wife just died, and he is kind of trying to recover.
Sure.
And I can't tell if it represents, not that it super matters, but I kind of would hope that it did represent therapy well, and like therapists, what they should be doing, what good ways to talk to people are.
Sure.
I don't think so, but I'm very curious from somebody who knows far more than I do about it. I do have a problem with the show, but I think it's a me problem, which is I kind of just don't like Jason Segel. He just kind of pisses me off every time I see him in anything basically ever. It's like, it's not a bad actor. I think it's just like the vibes he gives off just like make me angry as fuck. But the show is saved because you've got fucking Harrison Ford being annoyed at him and kind of being an old codger, and it's very adorably hilarious.
Okay, I listen. Harrison Ford being a codger, that is a prime selling point.
He has great comedy chops of just being like old man saying like being annoyed at people.
I think I saw like a snippet of like an interview of the cast.
Uh-huh.
And it's like what is Harrison Ford? Is like, I mean, I guess I want to make it and be famous. And he just said it like totally deadpan, like he's some up and coming actor.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. So I'd recommend checking it out. There's lots of fun vibes in it. I am very concerned with the therapy,
Sure.
like kind of decisions that characters make in efforts of being good therapists or making advice. I don't know. There's issues with it, but
Sure.
by and large, relatively fun. There is a great side character who is this guy who's in I think this is actually a good showcasing of a decent marriage, not like one that you should strive to, but one that is like, yeah, that's surprisingly healthy.
Yeah.
Is the neighbor to the main character, goes to work, makes good money. His wife can like stay home and like do whatever. I don't know why she's doing that, but she can.
Sure.
And he just does little things. It's like, so the first episode you come out, he's just outside peeing off his own back porch. And he's like, how's it going, buddy? He's like, oh, my perfect wife in there is taking a 45-minute shower and I can't use, like, that's the only restroom or whatever like that. So I just come out here and, reclaim some of my, whatever. And it's just like, saying it with a smile, not being like angry about it or anything. And yeah, just little things like that. It's like, that's kind of awesome. And he's like,
great.
Yeah, like
weird,
later on in the yeah. Later on in the show, at one point, he's retiring, and his wife's like, "You're gonna have to find stuff to keep you out of the house, and this and that, because I love you, I can be around you for so long, but after like hours together every day, you're gonna drive me crazy." Which I think is like good communication. Maybe it should be couched better or talked about differently.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's an ultimatum you're offering somebody, but
yeah, but it's like an understanding, like they've been married for like 30 years or whatever.
Sure.
And he's like, "Honey, I'm retiring. I bought this house. I'm allowed to be in it too. If you need to go somewhere, you can as well. But I'm going to be here some of the time because, well, fucking worked my ass off and effectively bought it for us. So it's mine too." Which I was like,
hell yeah, brother.
Mildly combative, but he's not wrong. And the way he's expressing it is not an ultimatum. I mean, it's not,
listen, boundaries are boundaries. And it's like, you're not going to push me out of the house that I bought. Like, that's a pretty fair fucking stance to take. I love good boundaries.
It does an interesting job of it. Again, would be very curious to hear you, and I'm going to definitely recommend it to other therapist friends of mine. Be like, thoughts on this thing as a product that talks about your work or area of study. Anyway, I've blathered on about that. What's your recommendation?
I have something very different. So one of the things I read a lot on my plane to or my flight to and from New Orleans was a book called Babel. It is probably the best written and best example of language I've ever seen in a book ever. And sick. I don't think it'll ever be topped.
Whoa.
It is an incredible delve into a lot of how language works and how languages kind of have confluence in shared language and a lot of etymology. A lot of it reads like a fucking research paper because it kind of is.
I was going to say, is this a novel or
it is? I'll get to that because language is super important to the novel itself. The whole idea is it's in like 1820s in colonial industrial England.
Okay.
And so there is a kind of magic that relates to language. It's called silversmithing. And so and it's really interesting because what it does is when you find match pairs, so words that have been borrowed from one language to another. So something that's gone from, French to English, there is a deviation in how it got there. So it's not a one-to-one translation. There has been some bastardization when it was adopted. And so the difference between the words has power to it you can invoke.
Huh.
But you have to know language intimately. It's like a touch that either you have it or you don't. And so the main characters are a group of kids who are effectively groomed to be silversmiths. So they are taken from other places and basically indoctrinated. It is such an interesting book and so fascinating to read and get involved in and engrossed in this alternate history of colonial England, except it's a unrepentant look at how fucked up Imperial England was. It's horrifyingly racist. Like, the main character is Chinese, and
rough beats.
Yeah, he's talked about like he is inhuman at times. Like, someone just talks about how like Chinamen are boorish, unsophisticated louts, and he's like, "But I'm Chinese," and someone's like, "No, you're not." And it's like, fuck me. Like, it's hard to read. Like, I had to put it down at certain points. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, it has an unrepentant view of racism that, like, having listened to Artemis talk about racism and experiencing it and what it feels like and looks like, I'm like, the author has dealt with some of this personally. Like, there's just no way that they haven't. And fuck me, I feel so bad for being white. Just gonna apologize in advance. But it really, it's like, it is one of the best written things. It is probably the best written thing I've ever read.
How well does it flow?
Very, actually.
Okay,
like,
so it doesn't, you don't feel like you get bogged, it's like bogging down.
Like, occasionally it gets kind of bogged up. Like, a lot of the book follows like their kind of life, and so part of their life is at the academy where they're studying language like crazy. So there's parts that get kind of like mired down in some of that, but not much. Like, it has a very coherent narrative. It has a very good character trajectory. It has a very like good and satisfying climax. It is very good, kind of doing its own laying out for where you know it has to go. It is like its own very good foreshadowing. Like, it's a very coherent story, as well as a huge showcase of borrowed language and etymology. Like, it's dense to read, but it's really cool.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. Sounds dope.
Yeah, it's there are parts of it that are rough.
Well, the song I have today, while being very fun, is also a bit rough. So I don't know how I ended up finding this one. Very much reminded me of Demi Lovato's 29. And the song is Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. It's fucking awesome. It's the song I was actually jamming out to on Christmas Eve when I was not feeling the Christmas spirit and like being forced to walk to a cathedral at God knows when a night with our parents so Dad could get a really good seat. And so I was just jamming out to that in the nice frosty evening air of Victoria, Canada. Love the song. Highly recommend. Super fun. Dark source material. Great opportunity for an artist to speak their truth of experience or friend's experience or, you know, culture, whatever. Mm-hmm. And the song is very fun. It only gets problematic when you like really pay attention to the lyrics, but it's still overall just banger tune. Would really recommend. What about you?
So I got a wild hair up my ass and wanted to started listening to Muse like a week ago. I was like, I haven't thought about this artist in a while. I'm like, I want to listen to old Muse. Like, old Muse is some fucking bangers. I was like, well, I should try some of the new stuff. And so they had an album in like 2023, 22 or 23. So fairly recent, all things considered. And I was like, I miss the old sound. And like the first song on the album is called Will of the People. And I was like, I'm sorry, Muse. I talked this shit and I was incorrect. This song slaps. But yeah, there's a couple tracks off like the new album that I'm like, damn. It's not quite the same vibe, but it's still very, very good. I still very much like it. Like, just damn. I've kind of missed some Muse. So I've been listening to a lot of Muse last like week and a half.
Sick.
Also, goddamn, I did really miss the song Supermassive Black Hole.
It's a banger.
The song fucking slaps.
Do you want me to make you miss a little less?
No.
Okay,
Why? Cool. Well, now I'm just curious. What are you gonna say?
Do you know why the song is as famous as it is?
I was for something like really stupid, isn't it?
It was featured in a very big blockbuster that you do not like.
What movie?
I believe the reason it is as famous as it is because it was very prominently used in what is it, a vampire movie? Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart.
Twilight.
It is like used in a big kind of montage scene in that movie.
Yeah, well, at least they got some things right. Okay.
Speaking of getting some things right, what are we quipping to end our time here together today?
Since we've been pulling from a lot of movies from our childhood, we're hitting another classic with Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail.
Monty Python?
But not as Flying Circus.
Not the Flying Circus. Okay, I'm going to put 2 minutes on the old timer-rooney. Oops. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Can't expect to wield supreme executive power just because some retard threw a sword at you.
Bring out the holy hand grenade.
Bring out your dead.
Right. 1, 2, 5.
Oh, 3, my lord.
3.
There are some who call me Tim.
And what do you burn apart from witches? More witches!
She turned me into a newt.
Got better. Now stand aside, worthy adversary. 'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't.
Who's that then? I don't know, must be a king. Why? He hasn't got shit all over him.
You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring.
Are you suggesting coconuts migrate?
Now go away, or I shall taunt you a second time.
Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no system for the basis of government.
Please, this is supposed to be a happy occasion. Let's not bicker up and argue about who killed who.
And after the spanking, the oral sex. Well, I could stay a bit longer.
Brave Sir Robin ran away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Brave Sir Robin.
Ooh, no. Ooh is in surprise and alarm.
And that, my liege, is how we know the earth to be banana-shaped.
And all this one day will be yours. What, the curtains?
Well, that's our episode. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this, please feel free to
like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
But don't forget, new episodes of Super Prose Bros come out the first and third Saturday of every month.
Bye.